So I've got 3 stories I'll try to tell, and I'll try to tell them where they're understandable and y'all kind of comprehend them. And there's somewhat of a common theme in all 3 stories. So where I'm living at now, it's an old house, and when I first moved in my bedroom, there was 2 doors to the bedroom. And one of the first nights I was in there, I shut all the doors. I didn't know this at the time. One of the bedroom doors, when it shut all the way, and I can't really explain why, but when it shut all the way, either how the woods lined up and something, the door pops open. After several minutes, the handle kind of turns and the door pops open. So I was sleeping, and I just so happened to wake up in the same moment that door popped open. And, I was new house. I thought someone was walking right in on me. And I was living by myself, and so, I jump up and I run to the door and I swing it open. I turn the light on. I'm like, hey, and nobody's in there, obviously. But I was kind of weird. So I shut the door back, and I was staring at it because I was like, it popped open somehow. And minutes went by, and I saw that the handle would open, and it popped open. So, obviously it was somewhat of a jump scare, and it kind of freaked me out. Jaden and I, we went camping at his place a few months ago with some buddies, and we were sleeping, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, heard a bunch of racket and rustling going on through the campsite, and some animal or something was running through the whole campsite. And we woke up, and I was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Jaden, what is that?" And there's just 2 random dogs. They woke us up, and they were running through our sight, and then they were coming up and licking us and stuff. So, of course, they weren't super wild, but they're just random dogs. And they woke us up, and obviously we're out in the woods camping. I was like, what is this? And so I wake up, and he's like, yeah, it's a couple of dogs, I guess. And so I was in my sleep, and I wake up to something that just kind of, some type of jump scare. A couple years ago, me, Noah, and a couple of our cousins, we went out jet skiing. And we went to Florida, and there was 4 of us, 2 jet skis. So there's 2 people on 1 jet ski. And we went out on the ocean, and we were going crazy on the jet skis and stuff. And, the driver in front, he'd be driving, whipping it around. Well, me being on the back, he'd make sharp turns and stuff. I'd fly off the back, and I'd be in the middle of the ocean. And we were in a spot where there wasn't a lot of other people. So I'd just be bobbing in the middle of the ocean by myself, like, hey, come get me. And it'd take a while. They'd be however far up before they realized that, oh, hey, he fell off. Let me go pick him up. So I'd be bobbing in the ocean, which, I didn't think about at the time, but I don't know what's underneath me. I'm kind of out in the middle of nowhere, helpless. And so in the moment, it's kind of freaky. So all 3 of those stories, in the moment, it's just something that kind of scared me. It was like a jump scare, something that's unexpected. And, we get scared, nervous, or anxious, or anything along those lines of unknown things, of something that, it's unknown to us. I'm not scared of everyday things because it's what I'm used to. It's what I'm accustomed to. It's the things that's unknown and that I'm not ready for that scare me or might be afraid of. But if I'm going to be afraid of something that is unknown to me, I need to know that there is something that's far worse than all that, and it trumps all of that, and it is something that I fully do know and I am warned about, and I am well aware of what it is. And that is sin, Satan, it's hell. It's all 3 of those things, and we have several warnings about those. Matthew 5:29. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out and cast it from you, for it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell. Ephesians 5:11 and 12. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather expose them. For it is shameful even to speak of those things which are done by them in secret. We have several warnings of sin, and then we know the consequences. 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And Ephesians 6:11. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. The devil lurks. The devil is trying to scare us and make us stumble. If I get lazy in my spiritual walk, the devil, he'll be there and he'll try to trap me or he'll make me fall away. We have the several warnings in the Bible warning us of the devil. And we need to know that Satan, devil, hell, those are very real. And we can't live a life neglecting spiritual growth, or else, if it's too late, the eternal pains and agony of hell would await. Matthew 13, 49, 50. So it will be at the end of the age, the angels will come forth, separate the wicked from among the just, and cast them into the furnace of fire. There will be wailing and gnashing of teeth. This is a very sad verse, especially if you have doubts or are lost. Let's fully and 100% be on guard and keep a strong spiritual check on ourselves, each other, and most importantly, something to spread to the lost and to the world. We know what we may be afraid of here on earth, but we need to know that there is a fear that trumps all of that, and that's losing our spiritual life, and it's giving into sin and then spending eternity in hell. So, that being said, if you have any doubts at all, if you need prayers for any reason at all, you can come now and stand and sing.